Katie, you might want to mute the rest of us.
Okay. And okay, I don't know how to do that. Okay, so mute yourself if you can, except for you, Helen. So everybody, if you could go to the lower left and mute yourself, that would be awesome. I'm super excited you guys all came together tonight. I am very excited to hear Helen's perspective of our compensation plan here at Plexus. Helen is a team member. She is silver, and she's doing a great job building her team, and she works professionally with compensation plans. So that's why I picked you, Helen. I want to hear what you think of the Plexus compensation plan. So take it away. Let us know. Give us the nitty gritty.
Thank you. I've actually worked with compensation plans, I don't know, for like 10 or 15 years. So being able to look at this one and see all the intricacies of it is kind of neat and easier to understand, I think, when you've dealt with it for that long. But one of the things that I love about it is that it's actually really straightforward. It doesn't seem like there's anything hidden or anything that you've got to worry about. They lay it out pretty simply. There are, 11 different ways that we can get paid, and it's just amazing that it's that deep and that rich for us, I think, is really one of the greatest things about it. The last three things that they list are probably things that we all strive for, right? There's the emerald, the sapphire, and the diamond bonus pools. So while none of us are there quite yet, I hope that all of us sitting here tonight actually make it there, and I know there's a lot of us that have, drawn the line in the sand hoping to hit emerald for next year so that we can be in Maui. So, we'll see that 9th number that they have out there as the way to get, one of the ways to get there. But I guess one of the first things to make sure that everyone is aware of, and I think we probably all are, is that as an ambassador, you have to have a minimum of 100 PV and obviously your membership fee paid for in order to qualify for any type of commission or compensation. So that is number one. Obviously, easiest way to do that is leave your convenience order on, get your products, as your normal routine every month, and you've got nothing to worry about. From there, anything over 100 PV, you get paid commission on, right? So if you have over 100 and up to 500 PV, you make 15% commission on it. The neat thing about Plexus is that they don't try to actually do this in tiers. If you cross that 500 PV mark, you actually get paid 25% on everything over 100. So it's not like you have to worry about some of it being at one rate and the rest of it being at another. It's just flat out everything is at 25% from that point, which, coming from the background that I have, is really actually pretty awesome, because normally they would sit there and say, oh, well, the first group is at a lower rate and then the second group is at a higher rate. So frankly, I think that's one of the neatest things about this, where you don't have to worry about it. From there, we all know about signing new ambassadors, I think. And every time you sign a new ambassador, depending on what level or what products they purchase, which welcome pack they purchase, their welcome packs generate another bonus. Now, the neat thing about this is that it is a flat out bonus. There's nothing taken out of it. There's no check fee or anything, that comes out of it. And it's paid weekly. So what's really great is that you sit there and say, okay, we've signed all these people, and what am I going to see for it? You actually get to see that cash hitting your pay portal the following Friday. So for example, I finally got my husband to sign up this past week. So come Friday, we'll see him. I'll get to see, the bonus, the one-time bonus come in on Friday. And you get notifications, so you have that. You don't have to worry about when money's hitting or what's going on. You get your email that tells you what's going on. Aside from that, though, I guess the other thing to kind of keep in mind is everything else is paid monthly, right? It's the 15th of the month, except for September, when the company was fantastic and paid it out 4 or 5 days early, actually, because they knew they had so many people affected by the hurricanes. So you don't see pretty much any companies doing that. So that was a really great thing to see as well. Just shows another way the company taking care of us. The next one, let's see, one of the other ways then you get paid is for every ambassador. Every ambassador you sign up and that is qualified gets you points, right? So your levels 1, 2, and 3 all generate 5 points for you every month. Now, the levels 1, 2, and 3 are the people you sign up, right? Those people are your level 1s. Anyone that group signs up is a level 2, and then anyone one level lower than that is your level 3. So hopefully that makes sense. But it's those 3 levels all generate 5 points apiece for you. That's why the whole concept of residual income is so awesome, because it's not only the work that you do, but the work that everyone then that is signed up under you also does. So you get 5 points for them, and it's a sliding scale, right? The next level down, when you're at the level 4s, they only give you 4 points. Shouldn't say only, it's only a loss of 1 point there. But then it continues to go, down by 1 increment from there. The great thing is that all of those points then at the end of the month are added up, and it's those points that you are then paid an additional sum of money on. And that varies though. So I don't know, Katie, if you've seen, if you have any idea how much you've seen, but potentially the lowest it can ever be per the comp plan is like $1.80 per person, or per point, which means you're almost getting $10 at a bare minimum. I think that we tend to see numbers higher than that though, because again, it depends on the overall commission pool for the company. So I don't know if anyone has, Katie or Diane, you guys probably would have the most experience with getting those checks. So I'm not sure if do you have any idea what the average is or how much you've actually seen for that?
Yeah, they generally
We can't really hear you, Katie.
Sure. They generally sit close to 3 launch. Okay, I think I'm going to move. I'm going to try downstairs. I think my internet. Can you hear me, or is it still breaking up?
Better.
Did you hear me?
Okay. Yes. So anyway, they generally sit around $3 or just under $3 a pay point. Around convention last year, we saw them a lot higher because when they launched new products. So is that, they really want people, obviously when we sign ambassadors, it is fine to have wholesale ambassadors, but, our pay points are higher when people order more or they start a business, right? So like if you're going to sign somebody as a wholesale ambassador, you might consider talking to them about more products, because that actually the sales of anything over 100 actually increases the pay point values. So, anyway, to answer your question, are you guys, can you hear me? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. To answer your question, they generally sit around $3, but if everyone actually sold more than $100 PV, they would be up in the $5, $6, $7 range is what Amy has communicated to us. So, so that's why it's always important. Obviously the sales of the company directly affect us.
Yep. So they do have that minimum, but the great thing again about Plexus is there is no maximum. There's no cap.
Right.
You don't
Right.
actually see, to Katie's point, right? You see it, you typically see it around, the $3 mark per person, or per point. So you're seeing around $15 then for every ambassador that is active every month. But again, if a new product is launched or more and more people are just actually getting a higher PV and they're making those additional sales, there's no cap to what you can see on that one. There's a couple other things in there. One of them is the retail sales. So obviously, we get commission on our retail sales. The great thing is, though, that in addition to getting the commission on your own sales, which, gets calculated into your PV, there's actually a 5% override on your level ones. So for example, any retail sales that Diane has, right, Katie would actually see 5% on her retail sales as well. So there is, they're good about, recognizing the fact that it is a team and, working your way up in order to see, the benefits of the team that you're cultivating and you're helping to lead and build and grow. So trying to think if I missed any of the other ways that we get compensated. I'm trying to find the list in front of me here, or find the list because I didn't have it open in front of me, unfortunately. But is there anything you can think of, Katie?
You know what? I totally lost because when I was walking, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm super impressed, honestly, how much you have touched on and are, correct. And, I guess the biggest thing that I would love to hear from you is, obviously you review these comp plans all the time. So
yeah.
You chose Plexus. Like, I think that's just the coolest thing ever. And so for you, just personally, like, what was it that jumped out at you and said, this is the right move for me?
So honestly, when I joined, it was about 3 months ago. It was the last time that the company did the 10% off the welcome packs. And it was like the last push I needed. I'd been seeing Ronette's journey because, we'd known each other from St. Mike's and everything. And then someone who had signed under her was actually my kid's babysitter twice a week. So I would see her and see how she was doing. I was like, okay, maybe. Then heard about the deal and was like, okay, forget this. I was literally in DC at the time and was like, I got back to my hotel room. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like a half an hour to get this done before I have to leave. And I'm going to do this. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try Triplex. I signed up as an ambassador because I figured, why not? Right. Then it was one of those, okay, wait, now I have the comp plan in front of me. And that's when it was like, okay, now you start looking at it and you're going, well, let's see how this stuff works. And a couple weeks in, I really started to feel better and, saw the benefits that everyone had, been talking about. And I was like, all right, well, this is worth it because, I naturally just started sharing with everyone. And so then you look at it and you're going, okay, well, wait a minute. I can make money all these different ways. And when you truly believe in the products, it makes it worth it. I mean, there's no simpler way to say it. I think it was just, so many different avenues and, you didn't necessarily have to sign people up as an ambassador. You could sign them up as a customer, right? Be it retail or preferred. And frankly, that was the other way. I try to discourage people from retail just because I feel guilty that they're paying like all that extra money for the products. But it's like, just sign up preferred, at least just do preferred. You can change your order anytime, But that's the other thing is when the preferred customers sign up, there's a flat rate that you get for each product that they have. So it's almost like, if you know what their convenience order is and they have it turned on, then you get to keep, then you can kind of even have an idea of what your commission would be the following month because you're going to get, $20 or whatever it is for every triplex order that comes in that way. It's completely set. The order gets pushed through. This is the value that you're going to get. There's no guessing. There's no estimating, because of points or anything like that. It's a flat fee here or a flat rate and here you go. So it's that there's the fact that there's that component of the known quantity was also a really great thing to have in there because there isn't a whole lot of guessing that goes on. The very least you can always estimate and you're going to end up with more than what your estimate was.
Right. And so in your experience with comp plans, is there a lot of guessing and estimations?
There can be. I think the biggest thing is that there are so many tiers and so many, while there are different ways that we get paid based on the Plexus Comp plan, it's still straightforward. Whereas the comp plans that I'm used to dealing with and seeing this type of product will get you this percentage, but only if you've sold this many of them and you've gotten to this number overall, right? There are so many different nuances in there that it's just 100 times easier with Plexus, because you're like, nope, here, the long and short of it is, you know, this is how you're getting paid on this product. And it's specifically spelled out in the case of the preferred customer, for example, right? Or it's a flat rate. It's a, you know, you've got this much in PV, you're going to get this percentage on all your products. If you cross that threshold, guess what? That old percentage just goes away. You're going to get 25% on everything. There's no trying to figure out, wait, when did I hit that number so that I know how much is going to be paid at one rate versus another rate?
Right.
So,
and that is the cool part. I will tell you, on your retail and preferred sales, everybody, you know, 25% if you make 500 it's almost a necessity. You should put it in your mind. It's like, okay, I need to meet the $500 limit, because then you're going to get 25% of that back. It's pretty significant, honestly. And it's pretty amazing. So yeah, I agree. I agree. There's no guesswork. You know, periodically throughout the month, I can kind of basically figure out what my check's going to look like before I'm paid, because it's that simple. So I think that that is a huge trust issue. You know what I mean? Like when you're moving into kind of uncharted territory and joining, you know, a company where you haven't maybe done, you know, multi-level marketing in the past, I too feel very confident and comfortable with being able to figure out exactly what my check will look like. And I'm never surprised, you know. And I think that's important. So you'll hear diamonds, you'll hear sapphires and emeralds, you know, always talking about what an amazing comp plan it is. And so I feel like we just have such a gift on our team, Helen, to have you, because you specialize in that. And it's just so cool to hear your perspective. And guys, she's your girl. Like, if you feel like you know, maybe aren't getting the answers you need from your upline, or, you know, just have simple whatever questions, Helen knows. You know, she works in this industry, and she's a trustworthy person, which is awesome. And, you know, I just think that I feel really blessed that you're on our team and can share that with everyone. So I really appreciate it. And secondly, you know, just quickly, because we're a little bit early, well, two things. One, Helen, you're like melting away. So you look amazing. I just want to say. So how are things going for your health journey really quick? Like, I mean, wow, seriously, you got on today. I mean, wow. So what's going on?
It has been awesome. It's, you know, I mean, I'm still just doing triplex, although we did get blocked. So I have, you know, that with my glass of wine that's sitting over here. But it's been one of those days.
Yeah, Sunday. Right. Sunday.
But no, it's been awesome. I mean, literally just doing triplex, staying totally consistent with it, and making sure that I do use my Fitness Pal, and, you know, keep an eye on the calories so that I don't go and overeat too much, you know. But, you know, we had Fall Fest last weekend, and it didn't do any harm, and I had a great time, you know. Still had my sangria and enjoyed my pizza, and, you know, as long as you're consistent. And I mean, I do make sure that I exercise, but I mean, we're talking the treadmill for 40 minutes a day. It's not like, you know, I'm out at a gym and I'm, you know, taking 2 hours out of my day out. So it's been awesome. It has been absolutely amazing. It's fun to see the people, you know, they're like, oh, wait, you know, they look and they're like, wait, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, you really should ask that question, because I'm going to tell you. So, you know, it's great. Got people interested at work that, you know, see me, and some of them see me only like a couple times a week. So it's fun to kind of go, and they're like, oh, wait, you know, or family members or whoever. So
awesome.
Lots of people that have reached out, hoping to convert them all to at least a customer, if not an ambassador, in the near future.
Absolutely. And welcome to your husband. That's great.
Thank you.
He jumped on quickly. It took my husband a little bit longer.
He's loving Slim. So I finally told him, I'm like, listen, you want 2 of these a day, you're joining as an ambassador. I'm not doing this anymore.
I'm not sharing my stash.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Okay. So everybody on here is muted. So I don't know if you have any questions for Helen. feel free to ask. Yeah, go ahead.
Diane, you're muted though.
Yeah, here. There you go. I unmuted you. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to pipe in that I was with a different multi-level marketing company before, and the comp plan was so incredibly complicated. You had to build different legs, and they had to reach a certain PV. And if you could have like $1 million in sales, but if one of those legs didn't achieve a specific PV, then you weren't paid at that level. Like it was unbelievably ridiculous. And I just felt like I could never get ahead. So with this comp plan, it's just so easy to understand, and you're just constantly adding level ones. You're never, ever going to want to stop adding level ones.
Yep.
And you don't have to like restructure. You don't have to move people. You don't have to stack people. So for those of you that this is the very first comp plan you've ever paid attention to or looked at, it's a really, really very simple, easy to understand. After you've been doing it for a couple months, you'll get it.
And actually, Diane, that made me think of something as well in the back office. If you look at your dashboard, to that extent, everything that you need to know is kind of in that bottom left-hand corner, right? I mean, it helps you like see where you are from a rank perspective, but it gives you your PV. So you know exactly what your PV is. So you know whether or not you're going to be getting the 15% or the 25%, because you can easily see whether or not you've hit the 500 mark or not. It's laid out pretty well, though I am excited to see what the new back office is going to look like once they finally get it up and running. But, that bottom left-hand corner is really just key and easy to, look at and kind of see where everything's at for you.
And if I can, hi guys. Sorry I was late tonight. And sorry I look like this. Seriously, I'm just seeing myself. I've been outside since 7:30 this morning in the heat. So soccer game and then St. Mike's homecoming all day. But Helen is I have to ask her. Level 3, Helen, right?
I'm a 2. You've got just.
You're my 2. I see.
Yeah, Lisa and then me.
So I have to ask her, and just to tell her, like, that should not, like, I should absolutely know that, but this is all of our individual skills. And I don't have Helen's skill set. She's my level 2, and she's answered questions for me. And that is entirely okay, too, as leaders. We can each have our own skills, and maybe you guys covered this before I got on. So sorry if you did, but we can each have the thing that we're good at. I'm a good communicator. I can explain things in a way that is going to help that person once they tell me what it is they're needing. And I've helped Helen, I've helped Sheila, I'm helping Becky now, so hopefully they can chime in. And this comp plan, not my thing whatsoever at all. But now that we have Helen on the team, like, that is her thing. And it's such a great asset to all of us to be able to know what everybody's skill set is. So as we move forward, as we progress, we can grow together, because we are all unique individuals and we don't have to have the same skill as one another. You just know where to get it. I don't want to tout our president here because he hasn't done it yet. But when Trump was elected, Dan and I said oftentimes, like, he is an incredibly wealthy individual who should be smart in surrounding himself with smart people and what he has a deficit in. And I really feel that way about Plexus at times, and us leaders, is that we can surround ourselves with people that can make up for what we are lacking in. And it's knowing how to combine all those skills, which is like such an incredible benefit from each other. And it doesn't matter. Like, I'm seeing Erin right now. Hi Erin. I don't think we've met before. I'm not certain whose team you are on. Diane, hello. So welcome. But we're all in this together, and we'll find like what you're going to be able to help the rest of us on, and what we're going to be able to help you on. And that's really what we should all do for each other as leaders. So
awesome. So we're going to move forward because we have some health testimonies, but I agree. Helen, you are a blessing. And way to go on your health goals. Like, amazing.
Thanks.
Okay. So speaking of Erin, you're up next, girl. Like, we totally want to hear what's going on with you. I had just a short, brief conversation with you and Diane last week, and just some of the positives you were sharing, I just was like, yeah, that's awesome. And so I thought, you know what, I really just want you to share that with the rest of the team, because it's always inspiring to all of us to hear, how Plexus is helping each individual. So you're up, girl. Share away.
All right. So the biggest reason I joined Plexus was I've had a horrible thyroid problem for like the last 10 years. I go from being really overactive to being really underactive to being really overactive again. And that has just seemed to like wreak havoc on me. I've gone through periods where I don't sleep. I was at a point where I wasn't losing any kind of weight no matter what I did. My anxiety would put me away from people for days on end because I just couldn't handle it. And the minute I started Plexus, I felt like some of that's starting to go away. Actually, the week that I started Plexus, I was not having a very good anxiety week. And as I started to take it, I felt myself coming out of that. And that to me was huge. And I know, Katie, you know about the anxiety and you get it. So that was huge. Another thing, I can sleep finally. I still struggle a little bit, but not like I used to. I've started to lose the weight. I've lost about 15 pounds already.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I have not, the last time I went for a thyroid check, it still was overactive. I'm actually in the process of switching doctors because they want me to do something I don't want to do. So I wanted to switch to a new doctor. But just overall feel better. I don't feel drained anymore. I have the energy. I work a lot. I work about 10 hours, 4 days a week. And I still have the energy to come home and exercise and, clean the house and make dinner and not want to just come home and crash.
That's huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's been the biggest thing. I think between the having the energy and that anxiety going away has been the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, I would say that getting rid of anxiety is life changing. I think. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I mean, that's really. And how long have you been on the products?
I started towards the end of July.
Okay. So what is that? August?
Oh, 2 months.
2 months. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. I don't know if anybody has any, what products are you taking?
I'm just doing Triplex right now.
Okay. And isn't that amazing?
I'm looking to add, is it the Mega X? It's the vitamin. Yeah, I'd like to add that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, for me, I felt the same way you did right away. And then I added that Mega X and the anxiety for me was gone completely. So I'm excited to hear how that works for you as well. That's great. 15 pounds in 2 months. That's amazing.
Yeah, it feels good.
Are you tracking your calories, or how are you?
I'm just trying to eat clean. And I have always been I always eat I eat a lot. I eat during the day. So I'll eat I'll eat breakfast, I'll have a snack, I'll eat lunch, I'll have a snack, I'll eat dinner.
That's awesome.
So it's all smaller meals so that my blood sugar's regulated throughout the day.
Yeah, I think that's how Diane's been successful too, right, Diane? Smaller meals, more consistent like that.
Yeah, and for me, a huge thing was breaking a sugar addiction with Triplex. So I used to just gorge, at night. Luke would go to bed and I'd have a shake or candy or whatever. It was always sweets, and because I don't crave those anymore, that's saved a huge amount of calories.
Yes, I was the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I pipe in real quick? So Erin is, she hit silver very quickly. Her mom is on the call. She just recruited her very first ambassador today.
Yeah.
And she just started taking her Triplex yesterday.
Yes. And then Tammy, I'm so excited to see Tammy. She joined us and she has a very first customer. So my team, I'm so proud of all of you.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys, I just counted it up and 25 new ambassadors have joined this team this month. I mean, that's amazing. It's more than one a day.
Go team, go.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's awesome. So how do you feel about that, Tammy? Like your first customer, like how did that go for you? Oops. Hold on one second.
There, I got it. There. Can you got it?
Yep.
All right, fine. She's, it's a friend of mine. I've known her for a while and she's been watching it and she decided she wanted to try it. And I'm like, okay, and she had a little trouble getting started with it, but she's got her order in. She's going to start taking it tomorrow. So
awesome.
Pretty stuck. She's not an ambassador yet. She wants to see how it goes before she goes full throttle. So I'm like, all right, I can't make her buy it. I can't make her join. So
yeah, right.
I just encourage.
Good for you. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay. And so Joanna's on here too. Joanna's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for years and years. We ended up at the same college in the same sorority. And we're still friends, but, I love that she joined Plexus. She's somebody that I was hoping would join Plexus for a really long time. Because she's had some health things that she's been, battling, and we actually go to the same naturopath and all of that. So, I'm going to unmute you, Joanna, and I would love for you to just kind of share the nitty-gritty about your health journey with Plexus.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I'm on the phone, so I'm not in front of everybody. So, yeah, Katie was sending out all her messages and everything, and, you kind of just read what she says. And so I was really hesitant at first because I have Hashimoto's autoimmune disease that I was finally diagnosed 2 years ago, and it took 17 years to get that diagnosis because of just really not intelligent doctors. So, and then I've had hypothyroidism disease right around the same time that the Hashimoto's kind of started. So it's taken me a long time to get things regulated. I used to faint due to my Hashimoto's and not know why, and it was very sporadic. So it was really scary for me to try anything new. And my functional medicine doctor always talks about getting to the root of the health. And she'd tell me to take collagen powder and magnesium and all these things that were kind of in Plexus anyway. And so I finally had asked her, I said, can I try this? What do you think? And she says, well, I've got some people that do well on it. Go ahead. You decide how you feel. So, and just kind of asking Katie some questions, and I decided to just take a leap. And I think just really what finally got to me was I go to like 7 or 8 different places or websites to get all my products, and they're good products. I mean, I thought there's no way that Katie's stuff is going to be better than my products, and so then I ordered it end of July, and I started on August 4th. And so I've been on it, and immediately, I think I was even texting Katie. I said, okay, my energy, I decided prior to that when I was going to start, I was going to stop my multivitamin, for sure stop, my probiotic and all these other things, because I really wanted to make sure that this was just not kind of a placebo thing. And so then I started, and I then texted Katie. I said, oh my God, I have energy. I was like, people with thyroid problems don't have energy. And I take 2 thyroid medications a day. So that was the first thing I noticed, and that was probably by day 3. Then I actually started noticing some acne, and I don't get acne. And then I thought, what is going on? And Katie said, you're going through detox. And I said, how could I be? Because I was on all these great products from my doctors. I mean, I really didn't think this was going to be much different. So then my mood just started to get a little bit just kind of more confident and just maybe less crabby. My sleep has always been kind of off and on, so that's been good. My biggest thing is cravings. I love Nutella like nobody else in the world, and so I like my chocolate, and I would just crave it, and almost like my eyes would cross because I would want chocolate so badly, and it was every night. And so now I think I've had Nutella maybe once or twice, not even to the extent of what I used to eat, and it's just a different, it doesn't hit that thing in your body where you feel like content. I just don't need it, which is really great because my sugars are like off the charts. So a lot of different benefits. The bloat, I put a picture up of my bloat. I had no idea. My face is pretty, I think, thin. I kind of have that squared face, and I did a before and after picture on my driver's license. I almost fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe that I could see that. My dad even said, your face looks longer and thinner, and I don't have like that just bloat face. It was just shocking. And so my husband actually just started officially today. My mom started 2 days ago because I said, that's it, we're all doing it. And then I started incorporating the multivitamins for my kids. And then my son can swallow pills, so he started taking the probiotics. So I'm like, that's it. We don't need to go to 8 different places anymore. And so now, we can consolidate and again, just kind of educate people about gut health. And it's funny, some people are like, yeah, I do get it, but I'm like, why are you not trying it? So, some more talks out there with everybody and getting people to be interested. So work's just begun.
I think my favorite part, Joanna, is that you're a pharmaceutical sales rep.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm very clinical. Yeah, I'm very clinical. I like to look at everything and being clinical and looking at everything. Yeah, so it is funny. Yeah.
And so you have shared obviously with the doctors you were seeing. Have you shared with them that you're taking Plexus?
I told them over the phone, but I actually go do all my blood work in about 2 weeks, and then I see them at the end of October. So I'll be curious to see what my levels look like and everything, because I stopped taking my B12 a few days ago because I was like, I don't need it for my energy. I've got energy. So why am I taking another medication? So I'm only taking, so I do the triplex, and I started the Vital Biome. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I started that about 3 weeks ago. So that's all that I've been doing. And then I do my 2 pink slims a day, which I had told Katie, why do people not do 2 pink slims a day? I'm like, that makes no sense, because I was short 3 days and I only did 1. And let me tell you, after 2 days, I started to get a little tired. So I don't understand how people don't do all of the regimen and just do, like, I met someone today. She's like, yeah, my sister's in Texas. It's huge out there. And she kept telling me, just wait till it comes up here. And I said, oh, what do you take? And she's like, oh, I just do the probiotic. And I just kind of like looked at her and I was like, why? You kind of need to do all of it. Like, it all works. It's not like a piece of it.
It's so true. It's so true. And I wanted to tell you too, Ronette has an ambassador. Her name is Sheila, and she's a nurse. And she, I don't know, Ronette, can you hear me? She talked to somebody who is she's like a scientist or something. Is that right, Ronette? Are you there?
I think Ronette jumped off.
Oh, she did. Okay.
I think she did.
All right. So when she comes back, we'll ask her. But I thought it was really interesting because Sheila actually had it checked out by like a scientist. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, and they were really impressed with the ingredients of, and the compounds of Plexus. So I thought you would like to hear that. But
yeah, we still have all this collagen powder, and it's all about healing your gut with the collagen powder, or like in the Hashimoto's world, it's all about like bone broth and things like that. And I'm like, right. I don't think I need to do that anymore. It's all in the Plexus. So again, it's consolidating too. Like, get something good and consolidate, and you're not going to like 8 different places, right. And spending like people I've noticed, are a little hesitant, and it's like, well, what are you spending now? Okay, well then obviously you wouldn't be talking to me about being unhappy. So you do have to spend a little bit more money, and you'll be in a better place, right. And then you don't have to go spend all your days going to a doctor's office and all these other horrible things. It's like you can actually enjoy life a little bit more and have the energy to do it.
Right. Right. And how long have you been on Plexus? Is it 2 months?
It'll be, 2 months.
2 months. And she just had her first ambassador join her. So that's exciting this week. Go ahead, Diane. She has a question for you.
Joanna, I haven't met you in person. My name's Diane. And
hi.
And one of our teammates, Mary, just jumped on. She also has Hashimoto's. So I'm super excited. Maybe she can share some. Mary, do you feel like talking? I don't know if you can hear me, Mary. Maybe not.
I can see her.
I could see the corner of her face.
Uh-oh, busted.
Okay, maybe she's frozen. I don't know. But she, I told her, hop on the call really quick. There's someone with Hashimoto's talking right now.
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, and my world is like gluten-free, dairy-free, because you try to decrease your antibodies. Mine are down to 44, which is phenomenal because I've been gluten-free for 10 years. So I'm excited to see, you know, what my blood work is going to come up with, because it'll be a good 2 months. And the last time I saw him was a couple days before I started Plexus. So that's when I finally got the okay.
That's awesome.
So I'm very excited to see. Yeah. And like I said, people in my problems, you know, we get very nervous to try new things because it never works out.
Right.
So it's good that, you know, like I said, I was worried. I thought, okay, I'm putting new things in my body. Am I going to like faint? Is that going to alter everything? And I haven't had any of that, which is great.
Yeah. And I have to agree, you know, my son, you know, he has celiac, and I mean, it's a whole, you know, when I tell people that Plexus changed our life, like, it's no joke. It absolutely changed our lives here in my house. And they look at you like you're crazy, but I'm like, I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, my son no longer is tired. He no longer has black circles under his eyes. And he's been gluten-free for, my gosh, almost 7 years now, you know? So yeah, it works. That's the cool part.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. And we're doing that with my kids right now too, because they have some GI issues as well. So I'm slowly incorporating it with them as well. So I'm excited just to get everybody on board. And you know, it's funny. My husband started to notice, like, you know, my love handle's going down and all that. And I was kind of worried too, because I've done spin for 15 years consistently, but I've been having issues with my knee and IT band. And then that was something I wasn't expecting, because I'm like, oh, I don't have any like problems with my aches and pains, but I do. And I haven't had any issues. And I started this bar class, and it's all variety of stuff. And I don't like jumping up and down, and it hasn't been an issue for me. So it's really shocking. So I kind of feel like, yeah, new me, you know, new year, new me. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But it's exciting. It's positive.
Yeah. And that magnesium, you know, if you try your kids on the BioCleanse and magnesium, which is the BioCleanse and the probiotic, I should say, but the BioCleanse is essentially magnesium. And my kids used to suffer from horrible growing pains. I mean, horrible growing pains.
Oh,
so
wow.
did I as a kid. And we used to live on the orange medicine, you know, ibuprofen, liquid ibuprofen in our house. I bought 3 bottles.
Oh, wow.
I went to the Walgreens, you know, and now I think maybe 2 times in the last year, my kids have asked for the orange medicine. There's no migraines. There's no, you know, growing pains. There's no belly aches. It's crazy. I can't believe it, because literally I would buy probably once a month 3 bottles of that. I got kids, you know. So
well, and we were on Miralax for a long time with the kids. I was taking Benefiber, and then I started learning more about magnesium, and that, you know, it's not just for constipation. It helps relax the body. There's so many other things, and I'm like, well, why? And these are from my pediatric GI doctor that was telling me to give Miralax to my boys. Right. They said that, they have an enlarged rectum, that, you know, little kids, they have a bad experience, they hold themselves, and it causes problems. And I'm like, this just can't seem to be right. So I really, you know, just, it is a journey in the sense that you're educating yourself and learning, and you're just trying to just make things better. And, you know, that is a nice thing too, because like you said, it's a journey. It's a lifestyle change. It's not just like some fad diet and things like that. It's not like the new trendy hot thing going on. I mean, it's a lifestyle change. And like you said, it's a family change too.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I just love your background, and I love your journey, and I love that Plexus is helping you. So
yay.
We're happy about all of that.
Very exciting.
The other thing was, I wanted to touch, I know Ronette was going to have a call on going to silver and it, you know, scheduling conflict. And so I just wanted to go over that. I know some of you are silver, some of you are on your way to silver, which is so exciting. But that's the first rank of Plexus. And essentially, once you sign 3 ambassadors underneath you, you are silver. and you receive a $100 bonus from Plexus. So you not only get the $100, but you also get $25 to $50 depending on the welcome pack that they order. The $199 is $50. The $99 welcome pack is $25. So you make a quick, almost $200 out of the gate, which more than pays for your triplex, which is pretty awesome. And so I just wanted to mention that tonight because obviously we have this 10% sale going on, which doesn't happen very often. And it's a nice conversation piece for people that are considering. Like Helen said, the 10% was what she needed to make the jump, which is awesome. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there because, it's a perfect time to reach out to people that have reached out to you about Plexus and let them know. And one of the things that I say sometimes is, hey, I can help you, get these products at 35% off retail and until Tuesday, 10% on top of that. So it's almost like 45% off retail because essentially from the retail price of
Oh my God.
to the ambassador wholesale price, it is 35% difference. So that is why it's definitely attractive to become, an ambassador and get your products cheaper. Ultimately, the goal is that they would want to share Plexus with their friends and, change lives themselves. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And the next rank up from there is gold. And essentially you need 20 active ambassadors and you become gold. And then you get a $250 bonus. So the clock's on till Tuesday. If that helps you, help other people. Essentially, when they sign up as an ambassador, the 10% comes off. So you don't have to worry about any coupon code or anything. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about that any of us can answer. No? You guys know you're going silver and then gold. And that's awesome. And, it is pretty self-explanatory, as Helen said. So that's the best part of Plexus. So awesome. I just wanted to touch on that because it is kind of a hot spot right now for you guys if you wanted to, grow your business. So I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop recording button.